Can Jared Goff measure up to Tom Brady on the biggest stage of all on Super Bowl Sunday? My name is Mike Petralia here live at Super Bowl 53, joined again by Alex Barth and Evan Lazar. There will be plenty of action on the field and off it on Sunday. Be sure to go to betonline.ag, and for a 50% off discount, use the promo code CLNS50 at the website clnsmedia.com/win. That's clnsmedia.com/win, and use the promo code CLNS50. Jared Goff, can he measure up to Tom Brady? He's bigger than life in the picture behind us with Tom Brady. I want to know, based on what you've heard, Super Bowl opening night, Monday night at State Farm Arena across the street, do you get a sense that Jared Goff at 24 can do what Tom Brady did when he was 24? Evan?
Well, I think that the question is can the offense around him do what they did for Tom Brady in Super Bowl 36, which is elevate their game to help the young quarterback out? Jared Goff is not going to put it all on his shoulders. I think a lot of people thought that Nick Foles did that last year when he won the Super Bowl MVP. Truth of the matter is that offensive line played lights out. Their running game really ran the ball effectively, and the Patriots couldn't cover any of the receivers. You put that all together, you get a Super Bowl MVP performance from your quarterback. So biggest thing is, can Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Josh Reynolds, Todd Gurley, C.J. Anderson, can these guys give Jared Goff the help that he needs?
What was interesting, Alex, and I know you talked about this with us off camera, all of the questions Jared Goff got were not about Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson and the job that maybe the Rams can do against the Patriots defense. It was about Tom Brady. What do you think of Tom?
Yeah, the first one was about McVay, and then off they went. Brady, Brady, Brady. People want to draw the parallels where they're from. We talked about the Super Bowl 36 comparison. And you have to wonder what that's doing to his psyche. You know, he's standing up there. Nobody's asking about me. Nobody's asking about my team. They're only asking me about the quarterback on the other side. For a young guy on a huge stage, that's going to be a lot to swallow, and it's probably only going to get worse as the week goes on. We know how this week works. The storylines kind of dissipate and things get repeated. How many more times is Jared Goff going to hear Tom Brady's name before we kick off on Sunday night?
So I look at that a different way, guys. The pressure's off Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Meaning, if all the questions are about Tom Brady, can you measure up to Tom Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady, and not really focusing on what is it about your game, Jared, that you think can measure up to Tom on Super Bowl Sunday, I think that takes a little bit of the heat off.
Yeah, I think if there's any pressure on the Rams, it's probably on Sean McVay to live up to that boy wonder, offensive genius against the Belichick mastermind of a defensive genius. If McVay comes out with a bad game plan or the offense doesn't look sharp, I don't think that people are going to point to Jared Goff as much as they're going to point to McVay and say, what did you do to get your team ready? What was the game plan for you against Belichick? Belichick coached circles around you. I think there's a lot more pressure on McVay in this game than there is on Goff.
What are you going to look for early in the game on Sunday from Jared Goff, Alex?
It's just confidence, body language. Can he come out? Does he have command at the line of scrimmage? We know Sean McVay calls the audibles, but he has to help relay that information. Is he throwing with purpose? Is he taking some risks? We've seen this time and time before, and this is what the Eagles did so well last year. Evan, you mentioned that game. Nick Foles did not play with any fear. He was throwing it to tight windows. He was throwing up contested balls, trusting his wide receivers. Is Jared Goff going to come out with the pedal to the metal, or is he going to be too afraid to make a mistake on a big stage, maybe hold back and allow the Patriots to get an early lead?
I want to wrap it up here. Is Jared Goff sharp enough to do what Tom Brady did when he was 24? I mean, there are a lot of people who say and feel that what Tom Brady was able to do at the age of 24 was exceptional, very, very rare. Does Jared Goff have the mental aptitude to handle Sunday? Guys, both of you.
Well, I think the biggest thing is for the Patriots is they're going to try to put the weight of the world on Jared Goff's shoulders, because like Alex said, Sean McVay's in his ear to that 15-second mark a lot of the time on the play clock, and he's saying, we're going to switch to this play, we're going to make this check, we're going to have this audible. And the Patriots are going to do everything that they can to put the game in Goff's hands and take McVay out of his ear. And then on top of that, they're going to pressure Jared Goff a lot, who is not the best quarterback under pressure. He has a little bit of a slow trigger finger. He's not a guy that anticipates a lot of throwing windows. He's a see it, throw it type of guy. The Patriots are going to try to take advantage of all of those things, put him under pressure, make him read coverages post-snap, and not let Sean McVay just get them into the right play all the time like Doug Peterson did for Nick Foles last season.
A lot of adjustments, Alex, as we wrap it up here before the snap.
Absolutely. He's going to have a lot thrown at him very quickly. I think we're going to see a good amount of that amoeba defense. Like Evan said, McVay communicating up to 15 seconds before the snap. The Patriots should not tip their hand until that 15-second mark. There's no reason to when they've employed the amoeba defense as effectively as they have.
Right.
And it just goes back to what I said before. How confident is he at the line? How much command does he have? Sure, McVay makes the calls, but he's going to have to make some snap-second decisions, and that's going to end up being a huge difference, at least early in the game, how well he can adjust on the fly, even with McVay in his ear.
I think the biggest difference between Foles and Goff is that that was Foles' last rodeo, right? That was his last chance to prove himself in the NFL. So if he didn't play balls to the wall without anything holding him back and all the confidence in the world, he was not going to get a chance to start again in the league. This is Jared Goff's first kind of experience with this, and he has a long future ahead of him. He's going to be the Rams quarterback as long as he stays healthy for the next decade. So there's really nothing riding on this game in terms of his future, whereas with Nick Foles, a good performance in that Super Bowl now makes him a viable starter once he does hit the open market.
Right. Quarterbacks are always of central focus and central theme Super Bowl week, and that certainly is the case this year as a 41-year-old, four-time Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady opposes 24-year-old Jared Goff making his Super Bowl debut. We'll have you covered on CLNSmedia.com, live from Super Bowl 53 here in Atlanta. Of course, follow our coverage on Twitter at PatriotsCLNS.